Hello, my dear friends. A warm welcome to the International Fabtalks. Dear friends, we are happy and pleased to be connected with you every single day. And guess what? We connect with people from across the world, different nationalities, and of course, unique celebrities. And today we have a great guest with us, a person very down to earth, a person who's ready to share his journey on the professional and personal front, a person who's warm to approach, a person who's ready to be there for you at the right time. We have, a particular person today with us. I would like to get sir's name right. Zaidul Kabir.
Mr. Yes, Zaidul you got Kabir. It right. Yes,
Thank
you got
sir.
it right. It's Zaid. Nickname is Zaid. It's Zaidul Kabir.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. Zaidul Kabir from Bangladesh. A beautiful person with a beautiful soul. How can we identify the beauty of a person? It is deep within one's, inner core personality, the soul within, the thoughts that you have. And sir, today, our celebrity is a businessman and, creating a beautiful space on the business field, and as well as a great person who would like to contribute to the political field. He's also into social works, and he's out there to inspire not one or two people, not only in his country, but people across the world. So dear sir, we welcome you on this beautiful platform to share your thoughts and views.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be there.
Thank you. Dear sir, the day you accepted our invite, we were really very glad. And thanks for being so humble to accept our invite. Thank you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. Dear friends, I'd like to introduce our guest in an official way, of course, with the guest's permission, and of course, our celebrity saying yes to the official introduction.
Yes.
Dear sir, thank you. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you, sir. Dear friends, let's get started and introduce our guest in an official way. It's really a honor to have our guest today with us. Let's get started. Dear friends, Mr. Zaidul Kabir is the Scion of one of the most aristocratic families of Bangladesh. The Miabari of Ghorasal, Zaidul Kabir has proved himself worthy of the family name. The eldest child of the eminent banker Faizul Kabir and famous media personality Hena Kabir, Zaid has proved his mettle in his area of expertise. Guess what's his expertise, friends? Business. For the last 22 years, he's been involved with the power and energy sector and has contributed significantly to bringing the best technology and human resources in this strategic area. And what a way to start his life, to bring power and to bring, good resources to everyone and create a beautiful impact, power and energy. And of course, he has a positive era about him, aura, and creating a beautiful era as well for all of us here. Before entering into the power and energy sector, as a student in 1974, Mr. Zaid started working as a broadcaster with the national radio as a newscaster and radio jockey. A wonderful RJ where people loved him to the core for all that he was and shared with them. Which he continued till 1979, from 1974 to 1979, a long and beautiful journey. The music program, World Music, which he used to conduct, World Music program on which he focused, was very popular. Most of the people loved the program. They loved it because sir was, the RJ over there and the first of its kind in the country. My dear friends, simultaneously, he worked as an English instructor in a prestigious catering institute in Dhaka, which led him to his first business venture as the management contractor for Hotel Salim in Kluna, the second largest port of Bangladesh. The hotel was owned by the state-owned Tourism Corporation of Bangladesh. He started concentrating in the power and energy sector in the late 80s, starting with the feasibility with many other projects in the extraction and electricity sectors. He also focused on Bangladesh's lone coal mines. I repeat that once again. The feasibility study of Bangladesh lone coal mines where he took it up in the year 1989 and has been continuously involved, till date in these projects, extraction of electricity, extraction of power, and of course, making it accessible for everyone. Dear friends, there are several other achievements. There are so many feathers. You will just be wondering how this personality could be so engrossed in so many areas, multitasking, and yet down to earth. That's really wonderful. Sir, as I'll repeat this once again to make it very clear, his major achievements, there are several, but I'll share a few. Feasibility study of the Barapukuria, if I'm getting that right, sir?
Yeah, it's Barapukuria.
Thank you for that. Barura Coalmine as representative of the British company, Scion Engineering, setting up of the first mining project in Bangladesh. And dear friends, apart from that, sir had been connecting as a representative of Nam of North Korea. Apart from that, a lot of connections along with, Russia, as called as the Techno Promex port. He was doing great work over there. He set up, something called as 210 megawatts. Am I right, sir?
Yes, 210 megawatt in Ghorasal, which is very near to my village home.
Wonderful.
It's a hub. That's a hub of electrical hub.
Great, great. Have you seen the great work? This reminds me of, the person who, invented electricity. There are people out there who are, giving their best, wanting the common man, the underprivileged, to have all the accessories, the benefits, and the needs to be fulfilled. Here is a person standing tall, strong, like a giant, doing his best for the people of Bangladesh and, of course, the whole world. And how can we say whole world? Connected with North Korea, with India, with Russia, and many more countries, my dear friends. Apart from this, we'd like to add more to our guests list. He is even doing great work presently. Let's get to know more about our guest. As we all know, he's a successful and established businessman. He maintains excellent rapport with many of the government agencies, diplomatic missions, and of course, not to forget donor agencies, which is the need of the hour. Many of us forget about, organ donation. So here is our guest who's connected with organ donation agencies, doing his best to inspire and create awareness. Born in 1956 in Dhaka, he studied and he gained good marks during his schooling and college life. He learned English literature at the Dhaka University, and he launched his beautiful career. Currently, he represents a number of leading energy companies of the world and lives in Gulshan, Dhaka. He is married, happily married, with 3 lovely children. The eldest daughter, Anami, a double master's in English literature, taking over her father, because you were also, into English literature, and your daughter's also taken up that. It's very nice. And she's working in one of the lead publishing companies in London. His son Zaid is working in a finance company in London, and his 3rd child is a student as yet, working hard to make things right for everyone, and especially to create an impact in the world, to give the best not only to your family, but across the world. Zaid's unique work and leisure time is what that has made him a great person. He has used every minute to make sense of his existence in this world. And dear friends, he is multilingual. What do you mean by that? Multilingual, a polyglot. Am I right?
Yeah, you see, in Bangladesh, you speak Bengali, which is very similar to Hindi and Urdu. And of course, English is my main language, which I studied, and a bit of Russian.
Great.
Because I was there in Moscow long time back in a hospital. I had to stay there for 6 months when I was only 16. So I had to pick up Russian very fast to survive. That's why.
Great. Thank you, sir, for giving an insight into that. Dear friends, he's a polyglot and a multilinguist. Beautiful English. I have to learn that from him, that beautiful skill. Yes. The eloquence that you speak with, that's really nice. Apart from that, Bengali, Urdu, Hindi, and as sir said, Russian language. Naturally, he has had to travel across several continents, more than 4 continents, the Americas, Europe, Asia, and Africa, extensively for business purposes, for social activities, and of course, if it could be the political level as well, yes, he's into all of that. The wide and frequent travels have made him somebody great and unique. Guess what am I going to share with you? He has begun to understand human life at a better level, at a higher level, not better level, at the highest level. It has made him respectful of other people and their cultures, and has given him that deep understanding of human nature, and has familiarized him with the best that life has to offer, that civilization has to offer for every one of us. And here he has picked up a lot with his travel experiences across the world. Apart from that, his cosmopolitan life has not only made him a great person, a great humanitarian, to love other countries, their cultures, people across the globe, overcome xenophobia. He has not forgotten his roots. While mingling with the world, while connecting with the world, he has never for a moment forgotten about his roots. And that is his hometown, and that is his country, Bangladesh. Dear sir, that's really very nice. And my friends, as a tribute to his ancestors, he has renovated the ancestral home to a level which is comparable to the best retreats in the world. And dear friends, there's much, much more to share about our guest, but I'd love to go back now to our guest and take all the remaining information from him directly. Come with me on this beautiful journey.
Okay.
Hello,
Hello. That was a great introduction. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. That's really very nice, sir. Thank you for joining us. We'd love to know more about you.
Okay. So you can ask anything.
Yes, sir. Dear sir, we'd want to know the real you. Who is the real you?
Well, what should I say? I come from a family which is down to earth. I mean, yeah, okay. I'm blessed to have a background where I come from, as you said, a family which is well known in Bangladesh. Both sides, my parents. My father was a banker. He passed away in 2013. My mother was actually the key figure for what I am right now, is because she was a media personality. She was in the national radio and television for more than 50 years till she passed away in 2011. She was one of the most famous stage artists. Started as a dancer, then as an actress, then as a broadcaster. She was the first face on our national television in 1965 when the TV started. She was the first face on the TV as an announcer, and she was well known in the media. So me and my sister is only a year and a half younger than me. When we finished our matriculation exam, SSC, my mother took both of us to the radio and said that you have to start start earning and start keeping yourself busy. So we joined the radio. I mean, she made us join the radio. And as you said, that we started the first English program on our national radio just after independence. We got independence in 1971. And we appeared for our SSC exam in 73 and joined the radio in 1974. I was only, 16? And my sister was 15. And we started working in the national radio, got into newscasting. My sister went on to join the television as one of the most popular English newscasters. She got the national award also. And then she moved away, went away to America and settled there for the last 40 years. But I stayed back. I have another brother who is 10 years younger than me, but both my siblings are in America. In fact, most of my mother's family is settled in the US, and my aunts, my uncles, and my cousins, all of them are there. In fact, I'm the only one. I'm the only one who is here, stayed back. I never left, I never went and settled abroad because I didn't feel the necessity. And then I feel that this is where I belong. This is my roots. I mean, this is where I should be, because why should I go and settle somewhere and then, which happens to most of our, as you said, non-resident people. At an older age, they feel that, oh, I have to go and die at home. I have to come back to my. Are you there? Can you hear me? So this is what happens. And what's happened now? So what happens is that I feel that one should stay back in your own country if you can. You can go for your higher studies because education level and educational facilities out here are not so good. But then again, once you are settled, once you have got the education and all, you should come back and contribute or serve here. Because, for example, Bangladesh, we have 180 million people. And, well, we have taken off economically. And but then there are so many things to do and learn. And if you have got the lessons from abroad, you should come back and try to impart that to the people so that their level of sense, knowledge, hygiene, everything will improve. I mean, we have to learn from so many things. But unfortunately, what happens is that even in India, when most of the people leave to study, they never come back. They settle there for their own career. I didn't do that. I felt that I finished my education here, studies here, and at a very early age, I got into business. Business in my father's side, everybody is a businessman. Either they're bankers or they're businessmen. So I got into my...
I guess we have a technical snag, my dear friends. We'll just get connected with our guest for a second. We'll get connected with our guest. There's a light technical issue. Yes, sir, over to you. Is everything okay, sir? Is everything okay? Is there a technical issue?
Happens. Where was I? Talking about coming back to serve your country, right? Now here we have 180 million people struggling to survive, and we need people to bring them awareness, give them the confidence, or to put them on the right track and guide them. And if everybody goes and lives abroad and is on their own selfish journey, it's not good. So I stayed back. In fact, I never left. I finished my education, got into business. Mashallah, I have done well and I have established myself. But that is business by profession, because without financial solvency or security, you can't achieve anything. But yes, my passion was always to do something. And I joined politics when I was very young in my student life. And then later, even when I started working in business, I never worked, in fact, in business. I started, joined up a political party, which is socialist, neither in the mainstream. My party, we have been, what should I say? I contested in the national parliament elections in 1991 when I was very young. It was after the downfall of our dictator, General Ershad. So all the alliances got together. I was part of the five-party alliance, which is the left-leaning alliance. That was my introduction to parliament elections. And then I was again contested in 2014 with the current alliance with the mainstream, with the government as a national government. Again, the forthcoming election is in 70 days' time, in January next year. I intend to be part of it again, because I believe that to serve your country, you have to be in a position to do that. You can't sit in the sidelines and be a spectator and clap or boo. You have to be there to be somebody, a policymaker, because there are so many things you have to do to change the society, mainly policies, education, health, so many things you need to do to put the country back on the right track. And that's what is needed here. we in this country now we have a lot of things to show. This government has done a lot of achievements in the development area, like massive mega bridges, mega projects, the tunnel, power, nuclear power, so many things. But still, again, we have problems, political problems, where there are other ambitious parties who don't want to see continuity, but they look for their own personal interests, or they serve interests of their masters, foreign powers, where we welcome interference by others to come into our country and dictate us, which I feel is very degrading, and we should not allow that. And that's why I feel that there's many things to be done right now to save the situation. We are going through a crisis at the moment, political crisis, on the streets, sort of like people, opposition, so as I call them, have got together because they're weak. They don't have the strength, so they look for foreign masters to come and help them. And we have interferences from big powers coming and trying to dictate us and teach us democracy, that this is in the name of democracy, you have to do this and do that. Where I personally, I feel very, very upset and distraught that the people who are coming to teach us democracy and what they're doing now in Palestine, the same powers are supporting, ruthless killing, and where a child is killed every 10 minutes. And these are the same people who are coming here and trying to teach us what is democracy and what we should do and what we should not do. So this is the fact. This is the actual situation of the current world, where if you're a minion, if you are small, and if you are... So sorry for the interruption. So the situation is very simple. Now, to me, it's life. You have to see black and white, not not with a very colorful way. You should see everything very clear. Yes. And I try to see things with the right perspective. And that's my observation. You can ask anything else.
That's really nice. I love the way you say, I am focused on my roots. I'd love to build up my nation. I'd love to contribute to the growth of my nation in every field. And I would want the best for my country. I want the best for the world. That's really very nice. Thank you for sharing all of that, sir. That's really very nice. Wanting to do your best. We wish you all the best in all your endeavors. As you said, next year in Jan, you'd like to be, focused on elections, and you give your best to the political field. We wish you all the best in that endeavor.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Welcome, sir. Dear sir, you've been overcoming so many ups and downs in your life. You might have seen on the personal and professional front, and yet you're so strong, standing tall, wanting to do the best for your country. How do you manage your stress? How do you de-stress from all this anxiety and excess of rush in life?
Well, I think that is what you are, is what you learn from your life and your experiences. If you don't learn from what you go through, your journey in life, you make the biggest mistakes and you keep on repeating your mistakes. My way of living, or what I'm living right now, the way I'm living, is because of what I've gone through in life, and I've learned from those experiences. As I have mentioned earlier, that I learned Russian because I was in Moscow. I was only 17, just 6 months after the war. I was in Moscow in a hospital for 6 months. And I was 16. Sorry, I was 16. And I had no idea. I didn't know Russian. And living in a hospital for 6 months all by myself, a 16-year-old, where the doctors had actually said before taking me to Moscow that I would live only for 6 months. And I survived, and 50 years down the road, I'm still there. And so this is something which makes you grow stronger and gives you a lot of self-confidence. There's a joke, like Russians in those days, real communists, did not believe in God. They were atheists. And, once we were sitting in the garden with all the pretty nurses and doctors, and we were all having a chat. And then suddenly, one of my other Bengali friends, he had lost his legs in the war, and he's very arrogant. He was very frustrated. And anyway, he just asked a nurse that, why don't you believe in God? And she looked at him. She was only 21, and she was a Komsomolsky, the young socialist. So she looked at him and said, why should I? And he said, why not? She says, then look at you. Why are you in Moscow? Why are you here? You should go to your God. Why have you come to us? So, so the same doctors, after 4 or 5 months, they were failing to get my treatment done. I had a blood clot in the head, inside. So they said that we can't do anything. I said, look, doctor, 6 months back, you said I have got only 6 months to live. And now you're telling me to go back home to die? And I said, look, you can't kill me till God takes me back. So just do whatever you need to do. And so anyway, they apologized. They kept me for another month. And finally, miraculously, they did the treatment and I recovered and I came back. So these are the things which gives you not only self-confidence, it gives you faith, and it gives you a lot of mental strength. Stress you overcome because if you don't let anything affect you, live in your own bubble. You live in your own bubble. Don't let anything enter the bubble if you don't allow it. Like negative thoughts or negative people or people who are who will give you only mental stress. So don't let them enter your space. You live in yourself, in your own bubble, and allow the people that you welcome and keep the bad stuff out. So that gives you stress-free life. And when you come back home, you do that. I mean, there's another story. It's not very funny, but anyway, I went for an angiogram to Singapore, and one of the famous doctors there, Maurice Chu, he was there, and when he was doing the angiogram, I said that, will you put any stents? Do I need any stents? He says, how many stents can I put in your body? Look at this, your main artery, it has 5 blocks. So I said, oh, so then what will you do? Will you do do a bypass? He says, come tomorrow. So I had my daughter come in from London with me, and the doctor says, I can't do a bypass. There's 50-50 chance. So what you have to do is you have to live a very disciplined life, and you have to be focused and live a good life, stress-free, and come back after a year. He gave me a lot of medication, exercise routine and everything. So I went back after a year, and he said, he did the angiogram again, and he was looking at me. He says, Mr. Kabir, what's wrong? I said, oh my God, what have I done now? He says, is it worse? He says, no, all your clots have gone. It's dissolved. I mean, you have grown artificial bypass. How did you do it? I said, you told me that I have to live a very disciplined life. He says, no, that's not only possible. What is the secret? I said, to live a stress-free life. I live a stress-free life. He says, how did you do that? So I don't know if you may have to delete this part, which I'm going to say. It may not be appropriate for everyone. You decide that. So I looked at him and I laughed and I said, I followed your advice. I lived a stress-free life. He says, how did you do that? I said, I got a divorce.
Brilliant,
So,
brilliant. Yes.
so he looked at me and he said, seriously? I said, yeah. I said, you can prescribe this to all your male patients. Then the old man was a real witty guy. He said, no, why not the lady patients? Why only men? I said, okay, you can do that. He said, then what will happen to my profession? I have to stop being a cardiologist. So this is life. You see, the main secret is that you have to learn to handle pressure no matter what. You will buckle down. You will have time to reflect after you overcome the crisis. If there is a crisis, you have to have control over self. You have to be strong enough to help everyone. And then you may go into a corner and lick your wounds or cry or whatever. You reflect, but always have control over yourself. That's the secret.
Wonderful. So that's really nice. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for bringing humor also as well. That's really, really nice. Thank you. Beautiful sharing.
You're welcome. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You're welcome.
Yes. Dear friends, we had a lovely experience sharing over here. Thank you so much, my dear sir, for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
Dear sir, how would you want to be remembered in this world, and why should people remember you?
They should not. You are here to serve a purpose. We are all here destined to do whatever we have been sent to by God to do here. You do that and you leave. I mean, trying to get people to remember you is being very selfish and egoistic. It's not worth it. You just do your good deeds. If people remember you, people will remember you if you do some things unique for the mass, not for a few people, because those few people will also die and go away. But if you do it for the whole country, like, Lenin or Mao Zedong or Mandela, he's my idol. I mean, people will remember him no matter what, for his magnanimity, for his generosity, for his commitment, for his sacrifice for his people, and for his forgiveness. He was great. So people remember Mandela. They will remember him for many, 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 many decades, for centuries, when they read history. So we can't be like that. But we are here to serve and we follow someone. And if you do that, maybe people will remember me, but I don't look forward. I'm not selfish enough to be, or egoistic enough that, oh, why will not people remember? Why will they forget me? That's not the idea. The idea is to serve and do something good.
Brilliant sharing, sir. I really like this. I really like the way you put everything so clear. Thank you so much.
That is very important, because whatever you see, as I said, is black and white. You have to have a very, very clear perspective of whatever you see. And you also have to respect what the other person is seeing.
Yes.
Because, for example, here is this flask, right? My coffee mug. What I see from here, you see here. You will never see my side.
Yes.
I will never see your side. But that doesn't mean I don't have to respect what you are seeing. To have a clear picture of both sides, you must either have a bird's eye view of the whole picture. You have to have that vision or the strength to see that, or the broad-mindedness to see everything. And then you can have a clear perspective and you can decide your roadmap. You can draw your roadmap.
Wonderful.
That's how you should see life.
Brilliant. I like the way you gave the example of that flask. That's really very nice. Very practical indeed. Thank you so much. And that's a takeaway for me. That's a great takeaway, and it will be a takeaway for all our virtual audience and our guests as well. Dear sir, have you been on a favorite holiday destination? Would you like to share an experience, or you'd love to go to a particular place and chill out for some time? If it is yes, what is the favorite?
I used to, before COVID, I used to run away every month.
Where to?
I used to, anywhere just outside the environment that I live in. You should always try to escape. From my childhood, I would do that. You know, when I was young, I remember I had ulcer, a very bad ulcer. So my doctor said, just go away somewhere. So I took my favorite book. In those days, you know, when you are young, a teenager, you try to read very philosophical things, Castaneda, Kafka, and all. So I just took one of my favorite Castaneda books and went away outside Dhaka to my uncle's place, which was near the river in Mymensingh, a district near Dhaka. And I stayed there for a week. And so that's how I do. You know, you have to learn to escape, to refresh yourself, rejuvenate yourself, get your perspectives right, and come back. So I used to do that before COVID. COVID kept me locked up, but COVID also gave me the will to live properly. So that means to take care of your health. So I learned to shed 20 kilos and went on the treadmill every day and started exercising every day and get healthy. Wonderful. Not only, you know, physical health is connected to your mental health.
Yes.
So as I said, in 2016, actions for that. So where was I? So the thing is that you survive COVID, you survive everything. It gives you, I'm 67 and not getting younger, but it's all in the mind, how young you are. So I think I'm 40, physically not 67 yet. I'm physically 50, trying to hold on to it. So the main thing is that one has to look forward and try to live better all the time, not give in to circumstances, not give in to personal debacles or downfalls. If you don't fall, you don't learn how to stand up. So you learn from your falls and you try to get up and walk better, stronger. So that's the secret.
Wonderful, wonderful, sir. That's really very nice. It's really nice. You know, fall down and get up. And you know what is success only when you fail. Yes, when you fall down, you know how to rise up. So be resilient and face your life.
Yes, that's the secret.
Wonderful, sir. Dear sir, at school, were you good at sports and games?
Oh, yeah. I used to be very active. My favorite game was cricket, though. I used to play cricket a lot in college, school and college. So I still follow cricket. So World Cup, I'm supposed to be there today in Kolkata watching the Bangladesh-Pakistan game. But I couldn't go because of my commitments. Yeah. I love cricket.
Great. Me too. I'm a cricket fan, and that's really nice. Yes, sir. Dear sir, how would you explain this? Smart work and hard work. You have lots of experience. You are now completed just 66, 60, you're on 67, and you've been through a lot of experiences. You might be able to help us to identify and differentiate smart work and hard work. Very briefly, if you could share that with us, sir, from your experience.
Well, if you take success is the marker. Smart work means I used to like hard work and smart work. So
yes, sir. Yes, friends, we have a slight technical issue and we are back again. Yes, friends, life is all about adjustments, and here we are getting adjusted and creating a new space for everyone. That's really nice.
See, the thing is, the difference between smart and hard is that you have to actually identify and focus on your goal. If you're not focused, if you are, like, I'll give you one example. Like, my main business is, when I started off, was projects. My main business I started from very beginning when I was only 28, 29. When I finished my graduation, got into businesses that to develop projects, mega projects. So you have to identify what is worth it. So earlier on, I used to go after 10, and I'd get exhausted, tired, frustrated, and get back. So when you get smart, you decide, okay, this is what I want. And this is what has a feasible, this is what worth it. Is it worth it? And does it serve a bigger purpose? So when I started in the power and energy, there was a serious crisis in the power and energy sector. We were having a lot of blackouts, 6-8 hours of electricity cut out. And so I got into power and energy, and I stuck to it. And now, like, power is saturated. We have a lot of power. So I've diversified now to health, because this is the future. I mean, this is where you serve the people more. So I'm now more focused on health projects, health services like hospitals and other infrastructure for health. So that's smart.
Wonderful. That's really nice. It's good to move on from that zone of hard work to smart work and balance both. At a certain time, we require hard work, and at the right time, we should, jump into the smart work arena and, get things done. Wonderful.
Yes.
As you were in the power and energy sector, slowly you've come down into the health sector, concentrating on the health sector, and you would like to create an impact in your country. That's really wonderful, sir. Dear sir, would you like to share the names of your best friends today on this platform?
Best friends?
Yes, many of the celebrities wouldn't want to take the risk. They say pass. Why, you may ask me? No, because they say, ma'am, if at all we don't mention any of our friends' name, we forget to mention their names, they may feel hurt or they become sensitive. So would you like to take the risk and share the names?
Well, in your life's journey, you go through a long way, and you come across lots of people. You can call them associates, you can call them acquaintances, but friends, it's a rarity. And you don't get to make many friends. I mean, it depends. The description, or how do you assess and how do you explain friends is a very difficult thing. What is friendship? I mean, someone you can talk your heart out, and that this person, that person also
someone
has
you can trust. According to me, a friend is someone who you could trust.
Not only trust. If he punches back at you with the truth, you will have the courage to accept it, that yes, it will not hurt your ego. It will not hurt you. You will not give a rebuttal or retort, or, so these are friends. A friend is something who can tell you on your face that go to hell. I mean, this is not right. This is not true. What the hell are you doing? Why did you do this? Or why have you chosen this? I mean, you make mistakes. They identify and tell you. So friends, yes, in my life's journey, I have one or two friends. I lost my best friend, who we grew up together from the age of 3. He was a doctor, Dr. Razak. We grew up together as neighbors for 19 years, and then we moved on, but we were in touch regularly. This is a friend, like, there are some friends, like if you say that, okay, you haven't met for 5 years, and when you meet, you feel that not a day has gone by. So that's that's description of friendship. But Razak and me, we were there all the time. We shared our problems and his ups and downs in life, my ups and downs in life. We shared, and that's a friend. That's what I call a friend. Others, it's very difficult to make a friend at a later stage, because, as I said, Dr. Razak and me, when we were only 3 years old. Now, for me at this age to make a friend, because you sort of, your own personality, your own standing will make people wary about you. And it's very difficult for them to come, break the barriers and become a friend with you, because they will think, oh my God, they will be awed, they will be overawed, or they will be so shy. So friendship, to make friendship, you make friends when you are at the same stature, when class and age doesn't matter. So you make friends when you are very young, like school friends or college friends, because then people can see each other. When at this age, at my age, it's very difficult to make a friend. You will not make friends. I mean, yeah, you can make friends with the other opposite sex. That's a different story. You may not, you may be good friends because it's very easy to communicate with the other opposite sex. Like for a man to talk to a woman is much easier. They put down the barriers. And the woman would talk to you more because if they feel comfortable with you, if they feel the security, if you can give them that sort of comfort. But for a man to be a friend with a man is very difficult. As I know, for a woman to be friendly with a woman is very, very difficult, because there the looks, the status, and many things count. So for two women to become friends, till you are from school life or college life, it's very difficult to make. I don't know if I'm making sense. Am I?
Yes, sir. I agree with your perspective on that. It's really nice to know that you have that thought and feeling where we make friends at school and at the college level. But to me, friendship is at any given age. But of course, I really have these two things, trust and loyalty. And if they are not of any of, they cheat on that, or maybe they are low on, loyalty and trust levels, I just put boundaries and keep them off my bubble, as you said, no? Keep them off my bubble. Yes.
Yeah, you see, what happens is that it makes you, it's very disheartening, because when you're older and you make friends, it's difficult. As I said, it's very difficult to make friendship or have a loyal friend at that time, because it's always, you'll find that relationship is then based mainly on need.
Yes.
How much can they take from me? I mean, not financial, or, my mind or my advice on my maturity. So it all depends on, based on need. But friendship can never be, friends cannot be based on needs.
Yes.
Friends means how to unwind, how to let down your hair and be what you are. I mean, just relax like we do. I have a set of friends. We go back. We were the same, like as I mentioned, Dr. Razak, my friend who we grew up from the age of 3. These are friends who are 3 or 4. One is a vice chancellor of a university. One is a doctor, professor. So there's a group of friends, and their spouses, of course, they get inducted. They get inducted in the group. So where we get together once a month, whenever we have time in the evenings, and we drink and we chat and we talk till late and go back. So that's very important in life.
Bonding. That's
yes, bonding. Yes.
Wonderful. Wonderful. And in fact, dear friends, the world requires true, honest friends, not backstabbers. Not people who are out there to take advantage of you, who reach out to you only when they have a need. We have to have those friends who are there with you through thick and thin, through all times. And if they have to say something to you on your face, as sir said, it's okay to open up and say and check you and correct you because they love you and care for you. That is real friendship. Am I right, sir?
Yes, of course.
It's really nice. Dear sir, do you have any scares? Are you scared of anything? Any fears? डर लगती है आपको?
I'm very scared of like, for example, right now I'm very scared about where the world is heading to. I mean, I'm very scared that what is happening in the Middle East and also globally, the global conflicts. Are we going to go back into the ice age because of a nuclear holocaust or disaster? Because Mainly the world is being run by madmen, not mad, extremely greedy, selfish people. And they don't care about collateral damage. They don't care about the casualties in war. Everything is, it's based on mainly their own greed and money and personal things. Not personal, their group, I mean, industry, military industries and other pharmaceutical industries. These are the people who dictate and exploit the world. I'm very scared of that. I don't know what will be the outcome. Like, I don't know the outcome, what is going to happen in Palestine, what is going to happen. You know, we are trying to say Gaza, Gaza, but we are saying it's Hamas. It's not Hamas. It's not Gaza. It's the attitude of Israel towards, I mean, how they will take over and throw out the Palestinians and take the land. We're going into the political year again. But anyway, but the main fact remains that where will it end? I wanted to actually explain to you in very simple things that to give you the right perspective of what is happening there, we have gone through the same here. So it's a very brief year update on history. In 1971, I was only 16, okay, thrown into a war to liberate my country from West Pakistan, right, which is now Pakistan. After the partition of India in 1947, we were completely dominated, exploited by West Pakistan. In East Pakistan, no Bengali could ever rise to a certain position in the bureaucracy. You would only remain as a senior assistant secretary or a deputy secretary. Well, all secretaries and senior bureaucrats were Pakistan. You know, in the police force, you could only become not even an officer in charge of a police station. There would always be a non-Bengali, a Pakistani. You would be only there. And in the army, you could only rise to the level of only major. Colonels and generals were all from Pakistan. So we wanted our identity. We wanted our rightful position. And we fought. We started off in 1952 with the language movement where they said, no, Urdu should be the national language. And we said, no, we are the majority. In fact, in that time, we were the majority, 75 million, and they were only 60 million. Now they have surpassed us. We are 180, they have become 200 something. Anyway, so we fought. And we got independent. We got our independence. And those days, the word terrorism was not there. Terrorism came actually from the Middle East with the Palestine conflict when Laila Khalid hijacked the Israeli plane. She was from PFLP. So she became a terrorist. So the word terrorism came much later. In the 70s, when we were fighting Pakistan, they used to call us miscreants. The word terminology was miscreants. So we were miscreants, and they portrayed to the whole world that the East Pakistanis are miscreants. They are now being exploited by the Indians. And the main slogan was that Bengali Muslims of East Pakistan have all become Hindus. Imagine the audacity or their thinking, okay? So this is how they portrayed us, and obviously big powers who have their own regional interest. America, which is now siding with Israel, is the same thing America did in 71. They sided with Pakistan, and they sent the Sixth Fleet to bomb us. Luckily, the Soviets sent their fleet, and there was a stalemate, and we survived. Why I'm saying this is that what is happening now in Palestine, if I were to tell you that we have gone through the same experience, we have gone through that Holocaust, which the Jews have gone through, which the Palestinians are going through now, we have gone through in 71 ourselves. We lost 3 million people. 200,000 women were raped. 20,000 children were born from that rape. Okay? I have done programs. I have video. I have made. I have a media company, and we made some programs where we tried to track and trace this 20,000 children who were born out of that. Most of them were adopted and taken away to Europe, to the Scandinavian countries by the NGOs at that time. And these are sad things, like we have gone through that, okay? So now when I see 50 years, are you there? Okay. So now when you see Palestine, when you see the current situation there, I can easily identify. I can go back in time and I can imagine the situation of the Palestinians there. And I feel so distraught and I'm so scared that what will happen. But you see, I see, like, they would call us miscreants. The Israelis and Americans are calling Hamas terrorists who have done this on the 7th of October. Hell, I mean, think of the past 50 years. The Palestinians have been living 3 or 4 generations in captivity, under occupation. The current generation was born in captivity. The children who are dying have never known what is independence or what is freedom. They have gone through severe hardship. There is not a single person in Palestine who have not lost someone. Like in 71, every one of us lost someone. You know, when 3 million people are killed out of 75 million, obviously you are related to someone who you have lost. Now it's more, Palestine is a much bigger, sadder, more issue, which is unthinkable. So when you call me miscreant and I try to fight for my independence, Israel and the West, the US, the UK, and everyone, all these people, for their own personal interest, global positioning and global interest, they're supporting Israel and the atrocities being carried out by Israel, but not thinking at once that the Hamas or the Hezbollah or the PFLP, the Palestinian Authority or the Islamic Jihad, they are freedom fighters. They are trying to fight for the freedom of their own country, of the people of Palestine, okay? So it's a different perspective, how you see it. Now, if I would be like, I wrote an article, and just after 9/11, the whole night I could not sleep. I wrote an article, and that Afghanistan is going to be attacked by George Bush. And my friend said, why? I said, obviously, he has to show his strength. He has to regain his confidence, or he has a master plan. I mean, they have to go out and take over the world. And within short time, they did in Afghanistan. So these are things which you have to foresee, or what is the thinking, or what is the master plan of these people who are controlling the world. They have their own motives, and they have their own, news that they feed us to control us and put thoughts in our head. Like if I go to talk to any one of my friends in America, even my family, of course, my family is more intelligent. I mean, living in America, they know what America is doing because they are not real white Americans. But if you go to a real white American and tell them that, look, what is happening in Israel is not good, they will say, no, they have the right to defend themselves because they are not in the same situation. They're not there in Palestine. They have not seen a conflict. Actually, Americans have never seen a conflict other than the poor soldiers have gone overseas and died and come back. I mean, their family knows that their children have died for nothing. There are conflicts, and this is what hurts me a lot. And it scares me. As you said, what scares me? What scares me is that this foul play that is happening Where it's going to lead us, where we are heading, I really don't know, but I am a born optimist. I know that for 4 generations, about the Palestinian issue, 30 years ago, when I was watching BBC, there is this journalist. I saw her yesterday, day before yesterday, on BBC again. Her name was Barbara Plett. Now she is known as Barbara Plett Usher. She's still working for BBC, but in the USA. She's a BBC correspondent from the USA in Washington. So Barbara Plett was a young lady at that time. She was only 25 or 30, and she was a rookie journalist in Jerusalem, in Palestine. So that day, 30 years back, she had gone to interview a family where the grandmother and a young granddaughter were picking olives in the olive garden, and an Israeli soldier, just for the fun of it, shot them. So grandmother and granddaughter was killed. So Barbara Plett had gone to the house of that house and went to interview the mother of that young child. How's she feeling? And, to interview her. But unfortunately, that lady didn't speak English. So when she went there, the older sister of the granddaughter, she was a 15, 16-year-old girl, extremely beautiful. I still remember wearing a white shirt and jeans. And she was trying to interpret on behalf of Barbara Plett and her own mother. And when Barbara Plett asked that, can you tell me how you're feeling, like this. So, this girl just stopped Barbara Plett. She looked at the camera and said, tell your Mr. Bush that I'm the next suicide bomber. Okay? At that time, my hair stood up and I was trying to foresee the real picture of Palestine. So this was 30 years ago. So this is a clear vision of what the world is going through, or what the world is going to see in the future, when a 16, 17-year-old girl should be thinking of her life, of her fun and everything, and she said she's the next suicide bomber. So this is what Palestine is going through for the last 70 years. So that girl was actually a 3rd-generation Palestinian living under occupation. Now, her children will be the 4th generation. So these boys and girls have grown up and they have no fear of dying anymore. They have no fear of death. And now if you try to differentiate, no, he's a Palestinian citizen, innocent man, and this is Hamas, a terrorist. No, every Palestinian is a Hamas fighter. They're trying to get their independence. Now, if you say, okay, this correspondent, Wael Dahdouh of Al Jazeera, whose wife and 2 children were killed, and the granddaughter was killed, right? If you say Wael is just a simple citizen of Palestine, it was just a victim. You know what Wael did? He did not stop for one day his broadcasting, because he said his way of fighting is to show the world that this is what is happening, done by the Israelis. So now if you say, Wael, isn't he Hamas? He's of course Hamas. He's a freedom fighter. Wael is going to fight for Palestine. He's fighting as a journalist. He's not picking up a gun and shooting. But every boy and girl, every mother, every grandmother, every grandfather, now you are pounding Gaza. Don't you think they have the right to defend and they will fight back? They will fight back. If you try to if Israel and Netanyahu try to show that we have the right to defend ourselves. I mean, 40 years back, I used to see these armored cars going into Gaza or Palestine and these boys pelting stones or with catapults. So it's an unequal war. But now the Hamas have modern weapons and they're fighting, and Israel will have to face it. I don't know the outcome, but I know one thing is that I'm a born optimist, that this fight of what happened on 7th of October is going to trigger the next round where the Palestinians have got the world attention. The whole world will not sit down anymore and let them be destroyed forever. So they will ultimately get I see the light at the end of the tunnel for the Palestinians. That's all.
Yes, sir. You've given us
I
a deep
spoke a lot.
insight. Yes, sir.
I
Yes.
said too much.
Yes, yes. I get that. I get
But
that.
I'm putting my heart out. It's okay.
Yes.
Forgive me
Yes.
for anyone who is not going to like what I have said.
Yes.
But this is my own personal opinion.
Yes. We just hope that there is peace everywhere across the world. There is no war. Please do not kill innocent children, innocent families. Stop the war at all costs. That's the only request we have today. No war.
Yes.
It's only peace. We all
Exactly.
are temporary on this world. You know, our time is very limited. We're going to leave everything and go one fine day. So there's no sense in fighting each other. Just let's have peace, live in harmony. And then that's what I would
don't
like
want
to
to
say.
accept one fact. We don't accept one fact that we have from the grave, from the cradle to the grave. It's a very short time.
Yes.
And you're serving a sentence.
Yes.
How you serve your sentence and you serve it properly, where you are forgiving, then only God will forgive you. We don't want to accept the fact. We think that we are here forever. And whatever happens after you go to the grave, we don't believe in afterlife, or you don't believe in judgment day, whatever. But if you believe that, then you are on the right path. You will have peace. But there are always a few who will not believe it and will make life difficult. But there is, at the end of the day, punishment and judgment. It's on earth. It's here. It's here. You'll have to pay for it. I mean, what is happening in Israel? Netanyahu is making life very difficult for the other Israelis who are living in Israel. I mean, why make their lives difficult? You can't give them security and protection. I mean, you can't live with always like the Wild West with your gun in your hand and go around the streets or to the shop with your gun. No, it's not Wild West. It's what the American way of thinking, like, they don't believe in surrendering their arms. And in Bangladesh, we don't have any arms. In most countries, you don't go with arms. But why create such a situation like the Americans and Israelis that you have the right to carry arms, you have to survive by always carrying an arm? That's an absolute miserable way of living.
Yes, we get
in
that,
fear.
sir. Yes. Dear friends, we'd like to spread the message across the world. All the great leaders out there in the world, please join together, join hands together, unite together and stop the war. Let's not a single war should be fought, because the world belongs to everyone. Let us live in peace and harmony. Let's share what the universe has to give each one of us, and let's not be selfish. Let's not hurt each other. We are all human beings with the same emotions and same feelings. We are all born and we're all going to go away from this earth one fine day. It may be today, tomorrow. For some, it may be early. For some, it may take some time. But we're all going to leave this earth, again, go back into the dust. Dear world leaders, work on peace. Save the environment and save human life. Thank you for listening to us. Thank you for being with us. We spread a message today on the International Fabtalks. Peace is the only word that we request from all of you. Stop the war. Stop arms and ammunition. Stop all kinds of hatred towards human beings. Yes. So thank you so much, sir, for sharing all of that. I'd now like to shift the focus of attention, and I'd like to bring you back down here. Could you share a nice proverb with us, which has always inspired you?
Oh, there's so many.
One particular proverb that you really focus on always.
When I was in school, I used to go to one of the best schools in Bangladesh. It was only up to the 6th grade, Dhaka English Preparatory School, which was run by the Dhaka University. There are quite two proverbs. I don't, I may be wrong, so I'll just try to say it out. You can fool some people for some time. You can fool some people for all the time. You can fool all the people for some time, but you cannot fool all the people for all the time. Okay? This is, I believe that. And the other thing is that, which really stuck to me, he who knows not and knows he knows not, he is a child, teach him. He who knows not and knows not he knows not, he is a fool, shun him. He who knows and knows not he knows, he is asleep, wake him. He who knows and knows he knows, he is a wise man, seek him. That's it.
Wonderful, wonderful. That's really nice. Excellent. I love the quotes that you've shared with us today. It really makes sense. Out there in the world, we'd love to create peace, harmony, and justice for everyone. We'd love to spread the word of peace across all continents and every nook and corner of the world. No more wars, my friends. Just be, you know who you are, you know what you want. And you must also know that what others want in their lives. It's not only what you want, it's also that what others want. You should be conscious to respect their sentiments. And let's not, enter into their zone and create any toxic type of an atmosphere for others. Let's be safe and sound in mind and in body. Dear friends, we go on with the next question. We'll ask a very sweet question now to our guest. Dear sir, would you oblige to sing a song for us?
Oh, no.
No? Why so,
I don't know how to sing. I wish I was. You see, Jagjitji was a very good friend of my mother. And he used to come here, stay in her and spend time with her and, sing songs. And we would have a Majlis or Jalsa whenever. My mother used to have it every Friday. So I'm a good listener. I don't know.
Great. Good listeners are also good people who share,
No, you have to have the tune. But I can tell you my favorite shairi. I don't know.
Okay, fine. We'll go ahead with the shairi. Chalega. It's fine.
Chalega?
Yes.
Well, it's a song of Mehdi Hassan. He sang this in Canada. I had that album. When I was a DJ, I used to collect all the albums. And there are two songs which stuck to me. One was Kishore Kumar's. Now, one is Mehdi Hassan. Let me come with that first. Is Yaro kisi katil se kabhi प्यार ना मांगो यारों किसी कातिल से कभी प्यार ना मांगो कांटों से कभी फूलों का महकार ना चाहो ओके यारों किसी कातिल से कभी प्यार ना मांगो कांटों से कभी फूलों का महकार ना चाहो. So this is one, and the other song which I really loved, I used to play it all the time on the radio, is जीना तो है तेरे दिल कहाँ मैं उड़ना चाहूं तो है दूर आसमान मैं गिरना चाहूं तो नहीं मिलती है जमीन.
Great.
These are my two favorite quotes. I don't know how to sing. Sorry, I wish I could sing Kishore's this song or Mehdi Hassan's that ghazal, but I don't know.
Would you like to give it a try?
I have a voice. I can be a broadcaster, but I could never be a singer.
Would you like to give it a try?
No, thank you.
No,
thank you.
We respect that. Okay. We respect that. We respect. Dear sir, we've come to an end to the main round of the interview, sir. Now we have a session called as the rapid fire round, where we get to know about your likes and dislikes. It will just take 5 minutes. I've taken quite a lot of time from you. I guess it's almost like 1.5 hours We've been
I took
discussing.
your time. I was the one who was.
No, so it goes both ways. I'd really like to take another 5 minutes from you for the rapid fire round. With your permission, may I take 5 minutes more, sir, from you?
Yes, of course, sure.
Thank you. Thank you. My dear friends, we've had a very insightful session with Sir, getting to know his thoughts and views on various aspects. Actually, we'd like to focus on world peace, peace for every single country and every individual, every living creature, living and non-living creature, in fact. Peace for everybody. Let everybody be in their own space without disturbing and disrupting the world that the Almighty has created and the universe that has to offer for us. So, dear friends, we'll come back now and get to know the likes and dislikes with the rapid fire round with our guest, Zaid Kabir. Am I right, sir? Did I get your name right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Because
Zaid,
I've been interviewing so many guests. Sometimes I mess up with the names and it's quite embarrassing for me. I'm really scared about that sometimes.
No. Carry on.
Yes, dear. Dear sir, the rapid fire round is you'd have to answer briefly, either in one word or 2 words maximum, right? And we go on, yes, sir. We go on with the first session here. The first question. Is it cakes, ice cream, or chocolates?
Ice cream.
Great. Strawberry flavor, chocolate flavor, butterscotch?
Butterscotch, anytime.
Me too. Summer, winter, rainy, autumn, or spring season?
Winter in Bangladesh.
Oh, great.
Bangladeshi winter.
Oh, great. Land, water, or air travels?
Air travels.
Love to stay in a city, a village, or a little town?
Village.
Great. When you help others, do you expect anything in return? Yes or no?
No.
Idea of a beautiful day, idea of a perfect day in one word?
With my favorite music in the village.
Music in a village. In your favorite village or in your hometown, you could say that.
Yes.
Are you a good cook? Yes or no?
No.
Your favorite cuisine or recipe, you could say that.
Thai food.
Thai food, great. The name of your favorite teacher when you were a student in school?
He was my private teacher. His name was Arun Chandra Sarkar.
Oh, great.
He was a private teacher, student of Engineering University, used to teach me for my SSC exams.
Great. Thank you, sir. Are you a morning bird? Or I could put it like this, early bird, morning person, an early bird, or a night owl?
Night owl.
Me too. Night owl. Yes, sir. And it becomes quite difficult to get up in the morning if you're a night owl.
Yes,
seriously.
Definitely.
I really suffer from that. You too.
Yeah.
And then it's like, I can resonate with you very well on that. Dear sir, is it salty, sweet, or spicy food?
Spicy.
Is it money? Is it happiness, or both?
Happiness.
Are you an introvert, an extrovert, or an ambivert?
For the last 1 hour, you have judged that I'm an extrovert. I'd like to talk a lot.
Okay. Dear sir, when you're all alone, when Mr.Zaid Kabir is all alone with no mobile, no internet connection, no books, no music, you and your thoughts, where do your thoughts take you? Do your thoughts take you into the past or take you, far away into the future? Or are you connected to your present moment, mindful of the present?
Daydreamer.
Daydreamer. Okay. Good way to answer. Do you love socializing or me time?
Me time.
Great. Are you a great thinker, a great doer, or a blend of both?
Great thinker. If you think you are a great thinker, that would make you feel stupid. Like, how can you say you're a great thinker? But without thinking, you are dead. If you are not thinking, you are dead. So I don't know if it's a great thinker, but I'm a thinker.
Oh, so sweet. So humble of you. That's really nice. So I was thinking, what you're going to share now? Did I ask the right question? Sir, do you believe in experiential learning or bookish knowledge?
Experience all the time. Books never teach you anything. You can just read and forget. Experience you can feel.
Yes.
It is the true essence of life.
Yes.
It makes you what you are.
Yes. Do you love fresh salads or fried food?
Fresh salads, anytime.
Home cooked food or food ordered from out?
Home.
You love to spend time on a beach or in a forest?
Beach.
If given an opportunity, would you love to sing or dance?
Both. Dance. I love to dance.
You said both. You said both.
Yeah. I love to sing and dance, but I can't sing. I know how to dance. That's it. I compensate.
Okay, great. Very well balanced, that question. Great. Dear sir, do you love to walk, ride a two-wheeler or drive a four-wheeler? Which one is your choice?
Four-wheeler.
Oh, great. On a table, cute table, there's a nice book, interesting book, and of course, great music. What would you lay your hands on?
Music.
Wonderful. We have one last question for you, sir, today. My dear friends, we've had a great experience with our guest, Dr. Mr. Zaid Kabir. You could call him also a doctor because he has such a lot of knowledge to share, such a lot of insight, bringing so many years of experience to the forefront and sharing, various concepts, various thoughts, various ideologies, and wanting peace. In the end, what our guest wants is peace across the world. There's nothing else that sir wants. Every country has peace within its zone, not interfering with each other. You be able to control your zone and have love within your country and share a love with the other, neighboring countries. That's what sir wants to focus on: peace and goodwill.
The word is live in harmony.
Live in harmony. I would like to add to that: live and let live.
Yes.
Wonderful. That's really nice. Dear sir, as we know that there are 3 magical words across the world: please, sorry, and thank you. Irrespective of all geographical locations, we've always used these 3 magical words. Our parents have been teaching us. Please, sorry, and thank you makes your journey easy. They are considered to be magical. If have magical effects on our life, or in our life, on this journey called life. We really make a little request to all the celebrities on the International Fab Talks to share 3 additional magical words which could impact our lives in a positive way. Apart from please, sorry, and thank
you. Wow. That gives food for thought. Needs a few seconds to make it. You have said it. Live and let live. Live in harmony. And walk your journey, not alone. Try to take everyone with you and share your joy.
Wonderful. So sweet. That's very nice and humble of you, sir, to share all of your thoughts and views today. We hope we've only made the people understand that we are not for war, we are for peace. We would like to share and bring back beautiful memories of happiness and harmony. The world started on a good note. Let it continue. Let us keep this, the environment safe for the younger generation. Let us preserve Mother Nature. Let us sustain, concentrate on sustainability and give back something before we leave this earth. Instead of, creating orphanage or so many orphans across the world, so many widows, so many senior citizens have lost their young children. Let us forget war and bring back peace today. All the world leaders out there, work on peace. Avoid conflicts, avoid wars, forgive each other, and come back to normalcy. Thank you, everyone. We really had a great time, sir. Thank you so much for being with us on this journey.
It was a real pleasure.
Yes, sir. Is there a technical snag from your side? Am I audible? Yes, sir. You could go ahead.
I'm very much audible. I'm very much audible. Just in conclusion, I would like to say that I speak my mind. Hope it doesn't offend anyone. If they accept, they accept. If not, as you said, the 3 words, sorry.
Please, sorry, and thank you.
The main word is sorry if I've offended anyone, but this is what I feel is what keeps me going. And I hope everyone has peace and happiness. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
We look forward to having you on many more sessions to concentrate on peace, harmony, and justice.
Whenever. You take care. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sir.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, sir. Dear friends, we had a lovely journey. Let's focus on being better than what we were yesterday. Let's focus on bringing justice. Let's focus on bringing harmony. Let's work on peace first within ourselves, in our families, in our communities, in our country, and across the world. All the leaders out there, thanks for, being our support all through these years. We really have faith in you that you will do justice and bring back normalcy in the entire world. Stay safe and stay blessed, everyone. Have a wonderful day. Signing off from the International Fabtalks. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.